say that in Toastmasters. You can't say that in Toastmasters, Stephen Morgan.
Religion, politics, sex. Try to talk about any of those three topics, and somebody's going to say to you, you can't say that in Toastmasters. I went and looked this up. The official policy of Toastmasters International. All topics are acceptable. Well, the first is pretentious, the second is contentious, so you're going to get the one that's hilarious. You get more sex today. And contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Who here thinks that a good sex life is important to a happy life? Good. That was more hands than I heard got raised earlier. That's good. How many people here have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews? How many of them want them to have a happy life? Mm-hmm. How many of you want them to have their own children? So you see where this goes, right? To have children. If you don't know where that goes, I could refer to Thomas. I'm sure he can give you a few ideas. If you want them to have a happy life, you want them to have their own children, that means that you have talked to them about having good sex, right?
Yes.
Good. Who else? Not too many, though, unfortunately, isn't it? We seem to have difficulty talking to our kids about having good sex, or how to do sex right, or what is it that it's going to take. And sadly, here in America, we just leave it to what they are going to be taught in the schools. Have you looked at the materials that they're given in the sex ed at the schools? I picked up my son's material and going, okay, let's see what it is that they're actually trying to teach you. And I'm looking through it and, well, they certainly explain to you all the things that can go wrong. And they'll explain what it is when the babies grow. But where is foreplay? Where's foreplay in here? Do they explain to you how foreplay works? And he's going, no. What's that? How are you going to get your partner interested if you're not going to get them into the right mood? How do you get them in the right mood? I don't know. This is why we need to explain these things to you. It takes more than just saying, okay, let's do it right now. That comes later. But you want your partner to enjoy it too, so in looking through it, do they explain about the clitoris within sex ed? It's not even on the diagram. Quite frankly, I can't decipher the female anatomy diagram. The way they design it is strange to say the least. And my son's going, well, why is that important? And what's even scarier is try to explain to most guys just the simple place of where the clitoris is and try to explain it's not on the inside. Figure it out. And nowhere, anywhere within the sex education curriculum do they explain an orgasm. What? So I'm trying to explain this to my son. Okay. Imagine it's a lot of build-up of nervous energy that you're waiting for it, and then at one point it just releases all in one shot, and you feel really good. It's enjoyable. That's why people do it. And my son goes, Dad, that's a sneeze. Well, yes, okay. An orgasm is your genitals sneezing. And it's just as messy. But here, the truth of it. Okay, women here, explain. Is it possible to have good sex without having good foreplay, without having the use of the clitoris, or without having an orgasm? Not too many here, huh? This is why I say we need to explain it. And instead, we're sitting here obsessing with, say, size. Guys get obsessed with size. What's the right size? How big are you supposed to be? How small are you supposed to be? What's right? Our obsession with size, you got to learn a little bit more than what American culture teaches you. Pull up the Kama Sutra from India. They actually categorize genitalia based on size. If you're the guy you're going to be described as, it is going to be a rabbit, or you're going to be rabbit, or, what was the second one? The third one ends up being a horse. Hold your horses. No, that's not where I'm going. Female genitalia is also given categories. The female are deer or mare or elephant. Why does size matter? Not in terms of the size, in terms of what's going to make it work for you. For example, are you going to want your little chocolate morsel? You going to want a Hershey's Kiss? Or would you rather have the whole lemon in your mouth? That might work out better. Size is going to matter. But people also worry about, well, how much should you want it? How often should you do it? And the simple fact is, although we have this cultural idea that somehow men want it more than women, that's a joke. That's all, the genders on average want sex just the same amount. Libido on the average is going to be about the same. However, on an individual basis, it is very different. There's that old joke of, when you first start, it's try weekly. Then it's you try weekly. Then it's you try weekly. There are people, of course, who have no desire whatsoever. The asexuals don't want it at all. I can't fathom this. This is like someone who doesn't want chocolate. I don't understand those people either. They exist, it's fine, I just can't comprehend it because I'm way over here on this other end of the scale. More often it's like, I want it to be try daily, or as my wife likes to put it, try again? We have such difficulty talking about these things with our kids, and yet it is important to talk to them about it. If you're having difficulty communicating, there's a place you can go to work on that. Toastmasters. And you can bring your kids to Toastmasters. In fact, if you're having difficulty, go ahead and bring them into my speech. I'll talk to them. In fact, if I win today, bring them to the district conference and they can hear it there. After all, you can say that in Toastmasters.